Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today I have another Stardust Racers incident update for you. It's been a few days since my last update and there's been some new information that has been released, so I figure why not update you on the latest of this developing story. So how about you and I dive right in. So before I get into the latest, just to update those that are not really sure what's going on September 17th, a guest by the name of Kevin Zavala passed away after riding Stardust Racers at Epic Universe, the brand new theme park at Universal Orlando Resort. And Stardust Racers is a high thrill roller coaster. It's a series of two different roller coasters, and Kevin Zavala was on one of those two roller coasters. The two dueling launch coasters are designed by Mack Rides, which is a German manufacturer. They've manufactured a ton of different roller coasters that are around the world. And I've personally been on a lot of their products around the world, including the products that they have at Epic Universe. So both the Stardust Racer coasters and the Curse of the Werewolf roller coaster. Now, Stardust Racers remains closed. Again, the incident happened on September 17th, and it's been closed since that day. And because the investigation is still ongoing at the time of making this video, yeah, the ride's going to be closed for the duration of the investigation. That's what the family wants, and of course the family's attorneys, they want this ride to remain closed until everything is said and done and they know the exact reason of why Kevin Zavala passed away and if the ride is deemed safe. Now, Benjamin Crump is the family's attorney for this case. He's a famous civil rights attorney, and he's also joined by a few other attorneys on their team to figure out what exactly happened to Kevin Zavala, how he passed away, if there was anything wrong with the attraction. And just the other day, the time of making this video, they had another press conference to the media kind of discussing a few little updates. And one of those updates being that the attorney and the team have received other complaints of injuries involving Stardust Racers. So a few other people have come forward since this has all unfolded, and those people have also said, yeah, that they have received some permanent injuries from riding Stardust Racers or other injuries that are related to riding that attraction. Benjamin Crump, his attorney team, and the family all agree that Universal missed these warning signs that something was allegedly wrong with Stardust Racers. And they allege that Universal knew about these issues prior to Kevin riding. And Benjamin Crump and his team are saying that this is of greater public concern when it comes to Stardust Racers. They're alleging that this ride is essentially dangerous. A lot of us were wondering where he lost consciousness on Stardust Racers, and according to their attorneys, Kevin Zavala apparently lost consciousness after the first hill on Stardust Racers, so that's near the beginning of the ride. So he was unconscious for nearly the entire layout. They also confirmed that Kevin Zavala did have lacerations. They didn't say where he had lacerations, but they did confirm that was true. And remember, Kevin Zavala passed away due to blunt force trauma. So they were saying that he repeatedly hit his head. We don't know where he was hitting his head. I'm sure we'll find out that information in the next couple days. But as far as where he lost consciousness, yeah, it was near the beginning of the attraction, like right out of the start. The ride starts with an S-curve underneath the station into a very intense launch and then up into a top hat. So that's probably where he ended up passing out. Now, we do know from the previous press release that Kevin Zavala did have a pre-existing condition. But in this press release just a couple days ago, Benjamin Crump and the rest of the attorney team wanted to make it really clear that allegedly Kevin Zavala did not pass due to his pre-existing condition, which, by the way, he had spinal cord atrophy. And when you look at the safety guidelines for Stardust Racers, Universal actually states that those with back or neck problems are not allowed to ride. And while all of this is happening, Universal just settled another lawsuit with a woman allegedly saying that she was injured on Stardust Racers, where her head violently hit the back of the headrest and she had suffered permanent injuries. Again, they went ahead and settled with this particular woman, but she has since been in talks with Kevin Zavala's family and the attorney team. And like I was saying at the beginning of this video, more people are coming forward saying that Stardust Racers, is a problematic roller coaster, and that they too have been having issues on the ride. And along with the family, this woman is claiming that Universal did not provide proper warnings for Stardust Racers, which I find very hard to believe. Again, this is just all attorneys talking, and we all know how that goes until things officially come out. Again, we're going to learn a lot of information in the coming days and weeks as the story continues to develop and the investigation continues to move forward. Crump also said in this latest press conference that there needs to be some more government oversight for a lot of these theme parks because of the previous incidents on Stardust Racers and then other parks in general. He was saying, no, there needs to be more accountability here, and they really want to go deep into that part of this investigation as well. It was also revealed in the press conference that more results from the autopsy are going to be coming out very, very soon, which is very critical in the entire investigation. It's one of the many keys that we need because, again, like I had said in the previous video on this topic, where was he hitting his head throughout the duration of the coaster? I find it very hard to believe that he was hitting his head on the metal piece that was in front of him. That's very, very hard to reach. And it looks like in pictures that he was not a very tall gentleman. So again, I find it very hard to believe that he was hitting his head on the metal that was in front of the seat. Now, maybe the restraint itself, possibility, or the back of the headrest, possibility. We're going to find out more information soon as Universal reveals the footage, or they are continuing to review the footage with the attorney teams, and then they'll determine what happened there. There are cameras throughout the entire ride, so they're going to know where he lost consciousness and where he was hitting his head and how he was hitting his head and all that kind of stuff. So in the coming days and weeks, I think more will be revealed about how he actually passed. Overall, the overarching theme in that press conference was that pre-existing conditions had nothing to do with Kevin Zavala's incident or the other incidents on Stardust Racers. There needs to be more government oversight, and Universal needs to be held accountable, and the warning signs on Stardust Racers need to be more clear. Because of the investigation and the continued talks with MAC and Universal, the attorney team kind of made it clear that if they need to alter the attraction, well, then that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to push Universal to do that. So that's a possibility as well. Stardust Racers could see some alterations in its overall layout or its restraint system. But like I was mentioning in the previous video, that restraint system that is used on Stardust Racers is nothing new. MAC's actually been using that particular restraint system on their roller coasters since the early 2000s. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the first time that there has been a major death incident with those restraints. So MAC's got a pretty good track record, and this particular incident is going to be looked at very closely, especially by the manufacturer, because they want to know too, well, what the heck's going on here. Now, do I personally think that Stardust Racers is going to be heavily modified? I don't know. I don't think so. But you never know. What do you think? Go ahead and comment down below. I'm very curious about your thoughts. Again, remember to keep the comments nice and civil. I don't want to have to delete too many comments. I'm going to do my best to keep all of you updated on the Stardust Racers incident at Epic Universe. I think in the next few days we're going to learn some more information, so I should have a video once a week on the topic if the news keeps coming out as quickly as it does. Again, follow me on X for all the latest up-to-date information. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.